Hi, I'm Jon Velie, CEO of OnlineVisas, and welcome to Immigration for Doctors series on OnlineVisas.com. This is about the J-1 visa. There are 5 questions and answers for the J-1 visas for doctors and physicians. Number 1, what does the J-1 visa for doctors permit? Well, it allows international doctors to enter an educational exchange program like attending a U.S. medical school or begin their residency. It's very popular and one of the easier immigration processes, but it has some significant drawbacks and issues. Number 2, does the J-1 visa for doctors mandate a 2-year home residency requirement? Well, it does. That means that a doctor must go home or leave the country for 2 years before re-entering on a different type of visa, even if they marry an American citizen, unless there is a waiver for that. Question number 3, how does a doctor obtain a waiver for the 2-year home residency requirement for marrying a U.S. spouse or having an American child? Well, it's a high level. They have to, the U.S. Citizen, whether the spouse or the child, must have an emergency situation or a very high, very significant problem. Oftentimes, that is like a medical issue. And if that medical issue can't be treated well in that home country, or if they'll suffer if their parent has to go back to their home country and they have to stay. So very high to get that waiver, but that is one way to do it. Question number 4, how does a doctor obtain a waiver based on a recommendation from an interested government official? Well, that's a different way to do it. Also a very high standard. The government officials are not very likely to give those unless it's a very special circumstances. One example I can recall for one of our clients was following the September 11th bombing in New York City. We had a client who was in Oklahoma City when they were a forensic doctor dealing with the Oklahoma City bombing, and that knowledge of that sort of major catastrophe was very valuable. So a national governing official wrote to immigration for the waiver of the J-1 visa, and we were able to obtain that. 5, what is the 30 Conrad waiver for the J-1 visa 2-year home residency requirement? Well, it means that if a doctor will work 3 years in a medically underserved area, then they can continue on in the United States. For typically, they would get an H-1B visa, and then ultimately they might be able to get an EB-2 labor certification visa, or if they do the medically underserved area, an EB-2 national interest waiver visa. The EB-2s are called immigrant visas or permanent residency visas, or in the vernacular, green cards. These visas are also part of our Immigration for Doctors series, and you might want to check them out. If you want more information about the J-1 visa, then go to OnlineVisas.com and set a strategy session. We're glad to talk to you about it. Whether you are a doctor or whether you're the facility wants to bring in a doctor under the J-1 program, glad to have that conversation with you. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe and then turn on your notifications if you want to be kept in the loop. If you like this content, please like it and share it and leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Jon Velie, CEO of OnlineVisas, and we're delivering dreams one visa at a time. Thanks a lot.